It's that time of year again. It is spring cleaning time. I don't mean the house, I mean in the garden. I'm Rosie Hardy, this is Rosie Hardy Gardening. So what do I mean by spring cleaning? I mean tidying up all the plants which have given you structure, like your grasses, your epimediums, your Artemisia, and are just starting to look a little bit tired, and you're no longer really getting the benefit from those leaves which have overwintered for you. And especially with the Epimedium, because their new buds will be starting to come up through from the ground level. So this is really easy, especially if you do it at this time of the year. You can grab as much of your leaf as you possibly can, and then you can just snip away and take off. You can leave a little bit of stub. You don't have to cut right down to ground level. Leave a little bit there so that you're just getting rid of all of this old material. It's given you colour, it's given you, but they're starting to lose, you know, they're starting to become sticks themselves. So that is off here. You can get rid of any of the old, and you'll find a lot of the old stuff ends up being straw like this. So you can just take it out of the top of the plant, and if you look really, really carefully down into the sides of your plants, you will see these beautiful buds appearing, and this is your new growth. Now if you go and leave all of this old foliage there, that new growth has got to push its way through all of this and make its way through, and then you don't get to see the benefit of the beautiful flowers, the young leaves as they start to come through. So spring cleaning with Epimedium is taking it right down to that amount. You'll feel really nice about this because it'll look lovely, and within the next couple of weeks it's all going to start bursting through, and you won't have to worry about, because if you leave it, you've got to go in individually. Doing it this way, absolutely no problem at all, and straight across the top like that. I've left it at around about 6 centimetres, 2 inches above ground. That doesn't matter. This is still a little bit of protection for all of these new buds coming through. So that is what I would suggest you do with your epimediums. Then when it goes on to things like your big grasses, there are 2 ways that you can do this. One is you can get a mechanical tool out and you can get a strimmer, and you can literally strim right the way across the top of the plants, taking off all of that growth like so and getting rid of it, and then you can leave it with these stumps there. Once the new growth comes up, you won't see all of that. Now it really depends on you and whether you don't like this sort of brush-like sticks sticking up here and this older growth, because it doesn't feel as though you've really tidied it up in comparison to that. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is to actually just look down each of these individual stems and just cut them a fraction lower so that you are cleaning the whole plant out. And you can see gradually as I go further in on the plant, you can see all of this new growth coming through. This is a Miscanthus sinensis. This particular variety is Cosmopolitan, has beautiful stripy leaves on it. And you know, you're just tidying it up and making it look really fresh. And that to me looks more like spring cleaning than this does. That just has given you a really good clean effect on the plant. You can see all the new growth. It's soon going to come up. It's going to fill its space and look really, really good. Now the last in the spring cleaning I've got here is the Artemisia. Now, the Artemisia still has a bit of silver coloration on the old foliage that is there, but if you don't cut this back, you're going to get all of these horrible dag ends, this brown stuff sitting here. It will eventually fall off. When it falls off, you get bare stems and silver at the top. Not a very good look, you know, straggly brown bottom with a bit of grey at the top. Not a good look at all. So with Artemisia, and I learnt this very early on, if you cut them down hard now, you will get lovely fresh growth coming back up through. So what we're looking at with these is you're going back to pieces on the wood, on the stem here, where you can see little growths, and you are then just cutting them back down, and you're making it into a shape that it will then grow back from. Now, yes, at this time of the year, it's going to take it probably a month before it starts to put on a lot of new growth. So you're going to have to be aware that this is, because it's spring cleaning, everything is going back down to this sort of height. You can go back a bit further on that. So you've made this a really lovely, just a bare framework. From this bare framework, from all of these little nodes here, you're going to get beautiful silver foliage, and it's going to make a wonderful silver foliage mound, and that's what you want. So you are encouraging. So things go back to the bare earth like this. Your bulbs and everything else are causing, creating all of the wonderful colour in your borders, and these will look much, much better. They'll be much healthier. They won't split open, and that will make your borders really full. So spring cleaning is all about getting the old stuff out, pruning them back to the shape that they are, and enjoying the new growth that is going to come on all of this plant material.